About 2 months ago I started having problems with my PS2. This is a PS2 Slim. This is my original model that I had bought from GameStop, used about, I want to say maybe 8 years ago. It's lasted me a good long while. But basically what was going on with it is this this power port wasn't stable, and I was not getting like consistent video signal. Like it would work fine and then video signal would get scrambled. So let me open it up, maybe I can show you what's going on there. Okay, so I had to bring in an external light source just so I could show what was going on. Basically I would plug my power cable in here and it would kind of sag down, and as it would sag down the system would go off. And just to show like how loose it is, I can just kind of like rock back and forth on it. It just kind of wiggles. So that sucks. And I was also getting the same problem here. That's the plastic. I'm trying to rock the actual thing to show you. Well, that rocks, but not as much. So I was getting some video loss there from the AV output. Because you see here from the line out, I mean there's some wigglage, but it's not as bad. Even here from the network, of this digital port. But I mean this wiggling here. I don't know, I might have to resolder that or something. I haven't decided yet. That'll be something to work on for another time. Okay, so today I got in a Silver Slim PS2. It came with a memory card. Got this in as is, 20 bucks. I tested it before I basically got it from the pawn shop. And I put in some of my, I don't know if you can see right there, how well that's showing up. Let me get my external lights. Right there. And right here. As well as the internals itself there. And some minor modifications there. Basically what was going on, well, why I did these mods is to play my import games, so that's cool. But yeah, so far it's working good and no complaints. Okay, you guys remember this silver PS2 Slim that I got. Well, it ain't so perfect after all, and I know now why they were selling it so cheap. Basically, last night around like 4 o'clock in the morning, I got a wild hair. I wanted to play Shepherd's Crossing to help me fall asleep. So I put the game in, played it for about an hour, and when I was done, I noticed that the disc had these rings on it. Let's see how well that's showing up. Not very. See, it's a solid, consistent ring all the way around. And I didn't notice that until today, which is like a day after. The game still plays. It seems like very small surface scratches, but I was like, what the hell is going on? And actually, I tested the very first game that I had put on. Oh, something fell. The very first game that I actually tested the unit with to make sure it worked, which is Hot Shots Golf 3. And this was like a brand new game. Well, used brand new type thing. Like I haven't even played it yet. I just put it in a test. And this didn't have anything. Like no scratches at all. I mean, like, yeah, it's got smudges from my dumbass hands, but I kept trying to think, why does this have scratches? I'm sorry, why does Shepherd's Crossing have scratches and Hot Shots Golf didn't? So I gotta do some research on that, find out what's going on. Okay guys, I found out what the culprit was. The culprit was this ribbon cable here. Usually, this part here plugs into the back of the optical drive. This part here plugs into the side there, and your ribbon kind of bends this way. So there you go. And it folds back like this, alright? And as it reads, it kind of goes back and forth and back and forth. Well, this is getting too much slack, so the ribbon was actually going upwards and cutting a very small, like there's still some plastic on it right there. Not that, you see, right? Damn it, focus. Yeah, right there, there's still some, that's a pubic hair or some shit, I don't know. But right there, there's still a little bit of plastic from where, like, this ribbon the ribbon itself was actually cutting into the game. So now I think I'm actually going to go and use the busted PS2 to see if I can, like, Frankenstein something. Okay, so, oh, hold on, let me get some more light in there. Let's see, you don't want it to shine anywhere directly, but I need that light. Alright. Basically, this is the old broken PS2, but just to give you an idea of what it was doing, because I already removed the ribbon from that one. I already removed this ribbon once, and then I was like, well shit, why did I remove it? I should show them what's going on. Basically, I've already unscrewed this, so it's a little loose. You're going to have to bear with me there. But basically, as your disc goes back and forth reading, see how that ribbon there is bulging up. That bulge, as the disc is going over, is what was scraping, making the circular ring. So the solution I found, short of outright transplant, because some people might not have that option, is press down, kind of like create a new crease, create a new fold, and kind of move it along and reinforce that crease. So this way it has better flow. What you can also do is maybe put a little bit of glue there. See how I put a little bit of super glue there where the cable is supposed to be held, and that kind of you don't want to put too much because it is supposed to move along, you know, the guide. But the thing is, it's arcing up too much. Oh, I also found out that the center spinner was broken on that too, so I had to do a transfer with that. So more as it develops. Okay, I'm back inside the silver Slim. You can kind of get a look. Let me see if I can zoom in a little. See, I used some tape to hold down the cable there, and to kind of move it along. There is a little bit of, fuck, let me see if I can move around my own light. There is a little bit of glue that I put there to kind of keep this cable in place. But of course, as I opened it up, I realized that there was a problem. This is the spinner that I took out of my old PS2. Luckily, the spinner itself fit. The cable was a little long. I just folded it over, so the ribbon still worked fine. But I don't know if you guys can tell. That's maybe a good millimeter, or maybe 1 or 2 millimeters. I have a ruler directly with me, elevated from the plastic. On the other one, it was completely pushed in, so the circular ring was actually riding right against there. So that might have been another reason for disc scratchage. But I was able to, as I said, transplant this, so now it rides where it's supposed to. Let's see, I got Animal Crossing here, the one that was the first victim. Let's see, and I don't know how well that's showing up, but it's actually sitting where it's supposed to. It moves freely, instead of feeling like it's grinding. I did a little research, and the typical reason for this happening is because people would tend to like slam down the games, like slam it in, you know, and play. And little by little, this central, right here, this central little center, well, that's on like a little metal pole, and the more that you press down on it, like boom, slam it down, slam it down, slam it down, it slowly warps it down and down and down until this is parallel with this. And that's when you start getting disc problems. But the ribbon cable has been sufficiently fixed. It moves back and forth freely. Thankfully, I already had this open because I did the mods, as I said. But so far, everything's working good so far. And I can put it back together and, well, screws and whatnot, and we'll do the moment of truth. I'll get a good game to show off. Okay, so I'm out of the sweatshop, as it were. Here is some more light. Here's the gray PS2 all assembled and the whatnot. And for the purposes of trying it out, got King of Fighters 2006. So let me go ahead and pop that in. Hopefully everything should work perfectly. And see, as you can see there's no scratches or nothing. So that's cool. Lightly set it in. You just want to hear the snap. You don't need to slam it in. I know why people do that. Alright, and let me toss that there. Let's boot it up. Fingers crossed. Okay. Good. The laser didn't get damaged in the transfer. PS2 logo loading up good. So far so good. There's no memory. Yeah, I know. Fuck, where's the controller? So here we go. So I also got the gray controller, so yes, begin play anyway. It's fine. To get your controller down, so can you play more? Turned it down a little bit to spare your guys' ears. We have Nagase. She's dancing as per the normal. So far the cinematics playing good, flawlessly. Zoom down into a little fight of Charity and Rio. So, okay, let's get the main thing started. Just give me a practice. I have the language in Japanese, I assume. I don't know what I'm putting the memory card in. This is just practice, it'll be just that. Loading the screen aside, and I have to check the disc immediately afterwards. See if there's any circles. Yeah, just start. I don't think I can play very well one-handed, but luckily with this series they had the style that it has. Anyway, as you can see, it's playing fine, but now is actually going to come the moment of truth. I'm going to turn it off. Let's check the disc. See if there's going to be any scratches. That looks really good. No scratches. I think I can say that the problem here has been solved. Resolved peacefully with no bloodshed.